to my channel. My name is Cynthia. In today's tutorial, I'll be making a video on how to cut this beautiful blouse you're seeing here. It's going to be, I'm using a shoulder dart bustier to cut this blouse. So because of this tutorial, I will be using this lining to cut out the shoulder darts and all that. The reason why I'm using the lining is so that you see it very clearly, okay? So we're using the lining, then we'll trace it with what? The main fabric. So if today is your first time of coming to my channel, you are very, very welcome. Please give this video a thumbs up and also what? Hit the red button below, subscribe, so that you always get notified whenever we upload our video. I will fold my fabric like this into two. Remember, this is the fabric I'm working with. I'll fold it into two, and then I am going to start taking my measurements. Alright, I'll start with my shoulder measurement. The shoulder I'm working with is 14 inches divided by 2. I have 7. I'll add ½ inch to width. Okay, so the armhole I'm working with is armhole 7. Armhole 7 inches. Then the neckline I'll be working with, I'll be using 3-inch deep and then 3-inch wide. Okay, so I'll just put my curve around there. Now I will not be putting my my shoulder slope right now. I'll be doing that while I am sewing. So this one is going to be the part 1 of the video. On the part 2 of the video on the sewing, I'll teach you how to remove all those things. Now let's take our next measurement. The bust points I'm working with is 10 inches. The underbust is 12.5. The waistline is 15.5. Then I'll be adding 1 inch for my allowance. So let's draw all our horizontal lines. Let's make it look very visible. Bust points, underbust, waistline, and 1 inch for joining allowance. Okay, so the nipple I'm working with is 3.5. 3.5 is my nipple to nipple. Just measure your client's nipple to nipple to get their what? Nipple to nipple. So I'm using 3.5. Okay? So once you do that, connect the lines. Okay? And then the next you are going to do, since you are making a shoulder dart, you're going to get the two shoulder. Get the shoulder starting from what? The armhole area. Okay? What I have here is 4.5 divided by 2. I have 2.25, which is here. So from the bust points here, I'll connect it to meet what? My shoulder. Just take your time. So having done that, I'm going to start taking my... Okay, so I'm going to take 1.5 inch here. Okay, for my dart. So whatever I take here, I must make sure that I have the same thing over here. So I have 1.5 also here. Okay, then around this area you can take whatever you want. Okay, you can either take ½ inch or 0.75. so I'll take ½ inch here, and then around this area, on the shoulder area, this side, I'm going to take 0.75. So let's connect the lines. So I'll start by connecting this one. Take it to meet the shoulder line, sorry, the underbust line. Okay, then this one also should meet the underbust line. Then with the help of my French curve, use your French curve, whatever you are using, pattern master, French curve, just use. Okay, we are connecting this one, connected this one. Okay, so and for this, just use your ruler. So I'll use my ruler and connect this. So having done that, let's start connecting the shoulder darts. So from here we connect the shoulders. Remember the 1.5 inch you took here, connect it, okay, and then you're connecting for this one too. So we just connected it. So just take your French curve and try to smoothen what that area, okay, so that there won't be any points around that place. You don't want any points around that area. So this is it. All right, so this is it. So let's start taking all our measurements. The bust we are working with is 33.5 divided by 4 is what? 8 points. We have 8.3. So this is 8.3 here. Then I'll add 3 inches for my allowance. The underbust I'm working with is 27 divided by 4. We have 6.75. So this is it. Now whatever you have here, remember we took out that from there, 2 inches. Let's add it back, okay? Always add back your darts so that you'll not be short of what fabric. Then I'm adding 3 inches for my what allowance. I like using so much allowance because I usually turn up all my work. All right, now on the shoulder area, remember we took out that from here. Now let's measure the darts we took out from this place to this. Let's see how many darts we collected here. We took out 2.5 was what we took out from. So we are going to place it back here, 2.5. Then we are going to measure what we took out from this place. We have 1.5, so we add it back, 1.5. Then you're going to check what you have here. We have 0.75, so we put it back here. Then now we are going to add half inch to these lines. The reason is because we are going to be joining this place, so we need half inch to join them. So you put half inch here, and half inch around here. So we are going to what? Connect the line. So I just connected it. So right now you can now just put your words, your armhole words curve. You can use your free hand. So I've used my free hand to connect what? My armhole. Remember, like I said, I am not putting any slope. By the time we are sewing this, I'll teach you how to alter this while you are what? Sewing. This is the part 1 of the tutorial. I'll bring you also the part 2, the sewing aspect. Now to join all this line, if you watch here, the bust area is smaller than what? The underbust. So what I do is this. I use the highest what? Measurement. So this is the highest measurement. I'll just use it as whatever I have here, I'll put it here because both the underbust and the waist is what? The same thing. So I'll use the highest measurement I have to do what? My connections. But before you do the connection, check your armhole. The armhole I'm working with is 15.5 divided by 2. I have around 7.75. So let's see what we have. Okay, we have what? Enough. Always check your armhole to see if you have what? Enough. So this is it, okay? This is our shoulder dart. So with this, we are going to cut out what? The back, okay? With this, we used to cut out what? The back. So let's cut out this front and then we'll cut out the back together. Okay, so now I want to cut out the back, okay? Now we are going to add 2 inches for your zipper allowance. You can use 1.5 or 1 inch, depending on the fabric you are working with. So I'm going to put 2 inches. You can see there's 2 inches what allowance for our zipper. So okay, I'm going to input the neckline. Now for the front, this is not my neckline for the front. I had to use the standard neckline, 3 inches, 3 inches, so that I could get my my shoulder dart. By the time I am sewing, I will alter the neck, okay? By the time I finish joining, I'm going to use a bigger neckline. But for the back, I'll be using 3 inches for now. So let's connect the back neckline. So we are going to cut out the back neckline. Remember, I am using a lining, okay, so that you see it very well. That's why I'm using a lining. So let's cut this out. Now, how do we cut out the back from? Remember the first initial line. This is how I do the back. I usually do it together, okay? No more stop. Remember the first initial line we have, the first line you have. So just follow that line to cut out your back. That's the back panel. Follow the first initial line. So this is it. So for the zipper allowance, you're going to open it up. So this is it, okay? I've opened up the zipper allowance. So let's start. Let's trim off all the darts. Just take your time and do this. Like I said, I am not opening the neckline now. We're not opening it now. So now for the back parts, the side panel, take the back one aside and cut out the front bustier out. So this is it. Now to cut out the back, because you want both the back and the front to be equal. To cut out the back, this is the back. Take this place, make sure they are equal here, and then make sure they are equal around this place. Hope you can see they are equal around this place. Make sure they are equal around this place. So you're going to cut out now. Just follow it this way. Then once you get to this place, you cut it this way. So you are good to go. So we are through with it. Let me place them so that you see it very well. So you can see. So this is the front panel. This is the front panel. So this is the front panel. Then this is the back panel. This is the back panel. So you can see this is the center panel where the zipper allowance is going to be. Hope you can see it very well. So this is it. Okay, so having done that, I'm going to cut out the peplum and also the sleeve. That's your peplum. I already have my fabric here. I am making 720 degree peplum. You know that to make a peplum, each peplum cycle is equals to 360 times 2. You have 7 20. So I want two peplum. So this is for the number 1. Okay, I'll be using a free hand. I'll be doing a free hand. No much calculation on this one. So I'll use the free hand method to cut out this peplum. So I have 2 of them. This is for 360. This is for 360. And I'm going to be folding it into 8. Remember, if it is this way, it is 4. Let's count 1, 2, 3, and 4. So I'll be folding it into 8. So once I place this way, it will give us how many parts? 8 parts. Okay. So I'm going to do the same thing on this place. And please note, if you are folding, make sure you are folding from this place, and this place. Okay, where the fabric is folded into 2 and also folded into 1. So that is where you fold from. So you go this way. Okay. So now this part is folded into 8. Here is folded into 8. So by the time you put it together, we have times 2, which is 16. Okay. Hope you are getting it. And the waist I'm using, I'll be using the underbust for this. The underbust I am using here is 27. Now 27 divided by 18 is, I have 1.6. Okay, 1.5. Then I will add 1 inch for my allowance. Okay, that allowance is for my zipper area, so I'll add 1 inch for my allowance, giving me 2.5. So we are just going to start. So just keep going, rotating until you get there. So this is it. We have 2.5 here. Hope you know how I got that. Okay, all right. So now the length of my peplon is going to be determined by how many inches I have for my upper bodice. My upper bodice is 15.5. I don't know if you followed that. Underbust was 12.5 plus 3, 15.5. So let's go from here. And the length of the blouse I'm working with is 22.5 plus 1 inch. That's 23.5. So I have what? Enough. So it's here. So let's see what we have there. So the length of my peplon is going to be what? 8 inches. So we'll go with 8 inches. 8 inches. 8 inches. So just connect what? Connect the lines. Okay. So this is it. So we are going to what? Cut it out. So this is my peplon, the 2 peplon. Okay, so this is the 2 peplon I have. I am going to be using it to sew. I'll join it together and sew it together. But what I mean is that I'm going to slit here open and slit here open and join it together. It will now give me 720-degree peplon. So now the next is to get what? A sleeve. Okay, so we're going to cut our sleeve, but I have a video on how to cut a basic sleeve, so just go and watch the video. I might not be showing that part. Okay, so we are going to cut out a basic sleeve, and then I'll show you the finished look, and then we'll move to the part 2 of this video. This is the sleeve. I've cut out the 2 sleeves. Okay, so these are the front bodies, the lining, the back panel and the lining, and this is what? The peplon. So we've come to the end of this tutorial. If this tutorial was very, very helpful, please give it a thumbs up. And okay, if you want to see how I'm going to stitch this clothes, it means you have to go and watch the part 2 of the video. See you in my next tutorial. Please do not forget to subscribe. See you again. Bye.